Hello, thank you for joining me today. I want to show you what I have working on for the summer and why it is taking me so long to get my worm farm organized. So in this corner here I have stuff that I need to clean up. This is my compost sifter, some deflated balloons from my daughter's graduation. I am trying to get all of this clean up. The place is a big mess, and every fall I have to go through this where a lot of the products that is left over from construction site gets brought home, and then this is inside my garage. I've got cabinets brought home from the job site that I need to discard of what is not good and recycled what can be recycled. So I have all of this to sort out. And then over here is where I keep my worm bin, and this is the new shelving that I created for my worm bin, for my worm farm. And right where that platform ladder is with the tote on it is where I'm going to be putting the other shelving for the worm farm. So I need to have that sorted out. I've got lots of junk. There's hardly any space in this garage to walk. There's lots of junk. I have the seats that I took out of my work vehicle that I need to get rid of. And I have a lot of things that will be going into the garbage, because I believe that if you have anything for 6 months to a year and you haven't used it, then it is garbage. It needs to go. So this garage, I'm trying to get this sorted out by the end of next week if everything goes well. Son, you're just walking around with that shovel making noise. Be careful. Step over. Step over. Okay, I have that chair that I need to take to the dump. And then in this corner here, these are some castings that I'm using the sunlight to separate from the worms, because I have an order that I need to fill by weekend. And then this here, and underneath there I have another box like this that I keep finished compost in. I have worms in the one that is underneath the tarp, and I need to get these organized because these will be going back into the garage. But until I get the garage cleaned out, I won't be able to put them in. Then I have some used pallets, and here's a little bin that I am composting all my acidic stuff in. I have these totes that I need to wash and clean and put back in the garage, but as I said before, I have to clean out the garage. Then I have these woods and pallets. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with some of these things, but these are some wood that I dismantled, some pallets that I dismantled, because I'm going to be using the wood to fix some of my compost bin that are not in very good condition. My poor lawn in the back here is suffering because I do a lot of cutting. As you can see, the sawdust in between the grass there, so the grass is suffering because of me and my constant cutting of wood. I must say that my grass is a bit thicker because I treated it in the spring with some coffee grounds. So there I have my 2 water toads. I am going to have to empty this one because the stand that it is on is broken, so I'm going to have to use out that water and get that fixed. I have these crates that I need to sort out as well. And then these are some of the boards that I am going to be using to build the shelving for the next section of my worm farm. And these pipes, I am going to be using them to make a worm tower in my garden. More boards to get rid of. And then this little makeshift makeshift shed, I need to get that cleaned out as well. And then these trowels and whatever else they're called need to go back inside there. Still more pallets that I need to dismantle. So I have this little shed here that I need to sort out. Unfortunately, both my husband and I work in different trades, and everything gets brought home that we're finished with on the job site. So it's a big mess. So every time it comes on to summer, I have all of that to clean. My work shed where I store my tools, oh my god, I don't even want to talk about this one. It is just absolutely terrible. It is so dirty and so disorganized. I have been trying for 2 years to finish the insulation in the roof there, but time won't allow me to. I have some more pallet woods that I've been dismantling there. It is just an absolute mess. I have tools all over. My tools are supposed to be kept in here, but because I don't have it organized, I have to be keeping my tools in my vehicle, tools in my house. Oh geez, it's really awful. So I'm trying to get that organized. And then my work table is a total mess because I ripped down some pallets 2 weeks ago and I still haven't had the time to put away those boards. I still have more pallets over here that I need to sort out. I managed to cut the yard 2 days ago, but I still need to do some more cutting, but unfortunately because of the pallets that I have remaining on the ground, so I cannot get to cut it any further until I've gotten rid of those. And then this area here, my grapes are being overrun by grass that I need to get sorted out as well. And this box here I need to get emptied. These are the rocks that came out of my hydroponic system, so I need to get rid of those. I'm going to be putting them in my other self-watering buckets like this. So I have a lot of work cut out for me for the summer. And then I have that piece of chain link fence that I want to use to finish the back fence. I want to use it to make a gate for that section there so that the kids can't go out of the yard as they feel. And then that pretty colored board that you see over there is what remains of my hydroponic system, so I need to dismantle that as well. I need to find somewhere to put that barrel. And then those are some of my pallet woods that I have dismantled. I need to further dismantle those that are on top of that raised bed there, because this is actually my raspberry raised beds, but they aren't doing so well. And well, I don't know who put that pallet on top of it, but I haven't had a chance to move it yet. So there is my strawberry. It has been struggling for 2 years. It was in these 2 blue containers over on the other side by that white shed there, but I relocated it because it wasn't doing well. So this year it is coming up, but we'll see what happens with that. Here I have cardboard that I put down from last year on the ground because I'm going to be putting gravel on top of it to try to control the weed so that I don't have to be cutting this area very often. I still have this area that I need to get rid of the grass. And then this is where I have my worm bin and my compost bin. This is the cover for one of my garden boxes, this plastic. I need to get that folded and put aside. And then these are some cardboards that I use in my worm farm. And then I have those 2 barrels that I use to keep water to water these compost bin. They're empty at the moment because I haven't set up the downsprout to run to them just yet. So this is why it is taking me so long to get my worm farm organized, because the goal is to have designated days for each type of videos. So for my worm farm, I want to have 1 or 2 days designated to that. Say for example Monday and Tuesday. For my gardening, I want to have days designated to that as well. And for my construction videos, I want to have days designated to that. So that is what I am working on at the moment. So the goal is to try and get all of this cleaned up by the end of July, provided nothing gets in the way. But the kids are home for the holidays, so you know that means even less time that I'm going to be able to work on this project. But that is the goal, and with Jehovah's help I'll get it done by the end of July. So that's it for now. If you enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have yourself a wonderful evening. How can you walk and crash into didn't you see it?
I see flowers.
My portulaca, they're closed down for the evening.